days in March, festival fever takes over. 14 Grade 1s with over £4.5 million in prize money. Featuring the finest jumps horses in Great Britain and Ireland.
It's fair to say that it has been a turbulent time recently in racing, but we're hopefully now back on track and can turn our attention to the festival, because in just a few weeks' time we'll be finding out who will be charging up this legendary hill in front. And with that in mind, This Racing Live is this week a Cheltenham special, coming up over the next 30 minutes. Aidan Coleman opens up about Stayers hurdle favourite Paisley Park. I'll experience the VIP race day treatment at the nearby 5-star Ellenborough Hotel. We'll get an insight into the logistical challenge the racecourse faces, and we'll also head into Cheltenham Town Centre to see how the shops are embracing the meeting. Welcome to This Racing Live.
More racegoers than ever before attended the 2018 Cheltenham Festival. On Gold Cup Day, over 70,000 cheered on Native River to victory, whilst across the 4 days, over 262,000 fans descended on Prestbury Park. With similar numbers expected this year, preparations are in full swing to make sure that when the gates open on Tuesday the 12th of March, the racecourse looks its finest.
In 3 weeks' time, these stands around the winners' enclosure will be absolutely packed. It is, of course, very different here today, but as the racecourse prepares for the huge influx of visitors that will attend during the festival, it is a hive of activity. There's construction and workmen everywhere you look.
The man in charge of making sure that every hospitality box and every bar is firstly built and fit to serve is David McKinnon, Head of Operations.
Thanks for everything so far. Quality so far I've seen around the site has been brilliant.
This morning he's meeting with his contractors to make sure that everyone's on target with the construction of the massive tented village.
In simple terms, we build over 40,000 square metres of structures for the festival, which if you compare it to our permanent facilities, it's the same amount as our permanent facilities. So in essence, we build Cheltenham Racecourse again for the festival. We set off on a journey 5-6 years ago when we started the grandstand development, the Prince Royal Stand and the rest of the racecourse, that we knew we were going to have a world-leading grandstand there, and we need to make sure the rest of the facilities match that, and so we've been developing them throughout. So we've now got triple-deck structures involved here, far more. We've got the longest triple-deck structure built in Europe across the year that's here. We've got amazing sort of Guinness Village improvements for this year as well. So they keep on coming, the improvements. And what we call quite a static year in terms of no fundamental changes, we sit back and actually we have done an awful lot this year. We've got some challenges, as we all do, to get everything delivered in time, but the teams have been amazing. We're well ahead of schedule where we are now. There's an awful lot of work to do, as you'd expect. I think people get very blown away here. It's the most wonderful natural amphitheatre anyway. We're blessed with the world's best jump racing here as well, and then you've got the infrastructure that goes with it as well. So no, as soon as you get people here, they can see the dream. We've been selling them through the sales processes, and they can really sort of look at it. I've done a couple of walk-rounds with hospitality agents the last couple of days, and it just brings a smile to their face when they arrive here and they just remember what an amazing place this is. We're now walking to a new area called the Horse and Groom Pub, which is part of a new feature for the festival this year. We're sold out in here, so we've got 300 covers each day, sold out, and we've now got to make sure it all looks amazing for everybody. 3 weeks away, we're in the construction phase, and we're in the last fit-out phase, where our great designers we've used will now come in, fit it out, and we'll create that amazing experience.
So what's it going to be like in here, the atmosphere on race day? As you hope it'll be sort of pub-like, so...
Yeah, pub-like, so lots of pub games, lots of real ales, some beer tasting that will be taking place, some wonderful pub food. The menu tasting we've had was incredible, with some of the takes on pub food, but done to a really, really high-end level. Lots of atmosphere through here, and as I say, lots of pub games as well.
It's really weird to come in here, and I'm going to come back during the festival, and obviously it's going to look very different. Is this black and white floor? Is that going to be pretty much the only thing I'm going to recognise?
You will be about right. The only thing you'll see the same is the part of the carpet, the lino flooring through here. So other than that, it'll be a very, very different experience. And that's what's brilliant about us with the temporary structures, is we can design and change things year on year. So we can keep on improving them every year with tweaks on the theme and create new initiatives such as the Horse and Groom.
Another new area for this year's festival is the Orchard. There I leave David discussing the build of what will be Ciderland, a Magners Experience tent. I head inside to the Hall of Fame, where in pride of place is the original Cheltenham Gold Cup. It's been reunited with the racecourse and will be presented to the 2019 winning connections.
It is the original Gold Cup trophy presented to Red Splash in 1924. So it is wonderful also for Magners' first sponsorship to have it. The first Magners Gold Cup will be with the original 1924 Gold Cup.
Did you always have it in your mind that you'd like to find this old trophy, or was it complete luck? How did you come about it?
It came completely out of the blue. I was approached by an intermediary who, somebody had got in touch with him, and we eventually sort of traced the owner, spoke to them, and we just thought it'd be fantastic to have it back. And it's lovely to have that piece of history back at the racecourse.
People always like to have their photo taken by, whether it's the Ryder Cup or the Premier League trophy. And is it nice to have to try and make the Gold Cup more iconic, I guess?
I think absolutely. I mean, it's a very, very small little cup, but it's got a lovely design on it, and I think it's very unusual, and already sort of people have certainly sort of lined up to have their photograph taken beside it.
So the next time I see this will be on Friday the 15th of March, when possibly a new name will be engraved onto its base. Lifting this or any trophy at the Cheltenham Festival is the pinnacle for every owner, trainer and jockey, as I'll find out over a drink with Aidan Coleman.
Crowned champion conditional in 2009, Aidan Coleman has gone on to become one of the top jockeys, regularly riding over 100 winners a season. Amazingly, however, it was only in December that he recorded his first Grade 1 success on Paisley Park at Ascot. With that horse now favourite for the Stayers Hurdle at the festival, Aidan invited me to his Gloucestershire cottage to discuss his chances over a drink.
Come in.
This is nice. So how long have you been here?
2 years nearly 2 years.
And it's a good place to be located, near Cheltenham, near lots of the trainers you work for.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't a million miles away from here before I moved here, and now, it's just good. It's a lot handier for riding out, racing. We're near the M5. That big enough or something?
That's that'll do to start with.
Okay, that'll do.
You're not having any wine?
No.
You've got to
I've
be
got a
up
busy
early.
day again tomorrow. So.
This always fascinates me, Aidan. Before you pour yourself a drink, I'm going to just have a look in your fridge.
Oh, I would, yeah. It's
Jockey's fridge. Whoa! You're well looked after, aren't you?
I'd say none of that food in there is fine.
Your girlfriend lives here.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been in the UK for, what, 13 years?
Yeah. 13, yeah, it's nearly 13. It's either 12 going on 13 or 13 going on 14. Long time either way.
Feel like home?
Well, so anywhere I'm happy, yeah. So I really do like it here, yeah.
Miss home, miss
I do, yeah, but I've got a lot to keep me busy over here, so I'm quite happy. As long as I'm driving racing every day, I won't miss anything. As long as I'll miss racing when I'm not doing that. So that's my first thing I'll miss. But while I'm here, I'm quite happy.
Should we sit down?
Yes, please.
Well, Aidan, we've been at the racecourse today. There's a good buzz about the place, but I imagine it's on another level for you as a jockey heading into the festival.
Yeah, and kind of to get there first, if you know what I mean. There's plenty of rides, plenty of rides to had before Cheltenham, so you need to take everyone as it comes, and they're all very important in their own right as well. So Cheltenham is very exciting when driving in there on Tuesday morning. If you get caught up in the buzz beforehand, you'll probably get complacent and something might go wrong before we get there. So we won't count our chickens just yet. But yeah, it is exciting to be, getting closer. But then at the same time, you need to be riding there first.
Do you worry about bans and injuries and things in the build up to the festival?
No, you don't think any more about them now than you would 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago or a week after Cheltenham. It's just they're both no-nos, so hopefully we avoid ride them all for the whole year.
Paisley Park, zooming clear of all of them. Got over the last safely, ears pricked, he's 4 or 5 lengths clear and he's going comfortably inside the last furlong. Westerbroach is second, Black Hop is third, Sam Spinner behind this in fourth, but Paisley Park, he's 8-10 lengths clear with Aidan Coleman. This is impressive. Paisley Park for Emma Lavelle, 4 from 4 this season in great style.
You must be slightly more excited or looking forward to this year's festival than previous years, given that you've got a favourite for one of the championship races, all being well.
Yeah, like I've had plenty of years where I've gone there with no real good rides, and I've had plenty of years where I've gone with a few good rides with nothing standing out. Whereas this year, thankfully, Paisley Park kind of come from nowhere, and he does look to have a great chance in a race with plenty of other horses with great chances. But it's just nice as one of the feature races, and hopefully he's had a fantastic season so far, so it'll be nice to continue it.
But the manner of victory, his last run at Cleve Hurdle, was that surprising to you and to connections?
No, I don't think so, because he's literally improved at home. They say after every run he's improved a hell of a lot, and Emma tells me this before Haydock, she said he's improved from Aintree and he obviously did, because he won a better race. Going to Ascot, she said he's improved again from Haydock, and he obviously did. And then Barry rides him all the time. He said that he's improved again from Ascot into Cheltenham, and that was by far his most dominant performance. So I'm in there tomorrow schooling, so I hope he's telling me he's going to improve again. But
I was going to say, when do you get the update for the festival?
I'll find out. I'll see him tomorrow, no doubt. But I don't write him out or anything like that. Yeah, like look, to improve. He'll have to stop improving someday. But at this moment in time, he's an exciting horse to be involved with.
Because it was how many years ago that you rode your first Cheltenham Festival winner, Kaif Aramis?
Well, 12, I suppose. 10. I don't know, 10.
And you were young, you were almost the next big thing, and you've
Where'd
gone
it
on
go
to
wrong?
prove that. No, you've gone on to prove that. You've been in the top 3 or 4 in the Jockeys Championship for so long, but do you feel the festival is a meeting that you perhaps want to have more wins on your CV?
Oh, definitely. If I had 20 more than I had now, I'd want more. Never mind what I have. It's look, it could be better, but never mind. There's plenty of time to rectify it.
You're going to, this year. What would it mean to you to get a big race on the CV, one of those championship races rather than a handicap?
Yeah. Well, look, it'd be great. You could give all the obvious answers to that. It would be fantastic, and that's why we do it, is to ride big winners like that. But I could just give you an answer that you've heard 100 times over. It would be, for lack of a better expression, another dream come true. But we're just looking forward to it. And it's just great to be in a position to potentially have a good winner.
It's exciting. We're very much focusing on Cheltenham and the impact on the local community that the festival has. Do you feel the buzz being so close to the racecourse, your local town, Winchcombe? Do you get recognised more a bit around here, do you think, that because of the festival?
If I was ever here, there probably would be, but I'm never really here. I'm gone first thing in the morning, and I don't get back till, as you know, quite late. So yeah, it is. You do notice things, and you got going to Cheltenham quite a bit or whatever. There's plenty. There's always a big build up. Or when I'm getting my hair cut, they always say they're getting busier or that. But
is that the only time you get into Cheltenham?
Yeah, I'll need to go in soon because it's getting a bit long for me now. But anyway, I'm going.
Must be good hairdressers to get you to go all the way into Cheltenham.
It's not that far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it. I suppose you get caught up in your own buzz to be, worried about what's going on around here. But it's a nice area to live in, full stop. So that they can enjoy Cheltenham if they want. Another
favourite that you probably won't be riding at the festival, but you have ridden, is Champ. How do you rate him as a horse to have sat on and won on?
Yeah, look, he's obviously a very talented horse. He's had a great season this year, winning 2 early on the season, and has a break and come back and won with me at Newbury, and then won again the Challow again back at Newbury. So look, he ticks all the boxes for as do another number of horses in those races like that. There's he'll be very competitive. He's a horse with a great chance, obviously, but there's going to be, like any other race at Cheltenham, notoriously hard to win. So
2-3 weeks out, what do you know about some of your other rides? You seem to be a jockey that does pick up a lot of spares and good spares.
I kind of leave that to Dave Roberts, really, to be fair. There's, you know, I ride for plenty of trainers and hopefully they'll all have runners there, so kind of, as you know, like the kind of freelance is kind of filling in the gaps for a lot. The thing is, a lot of the better rides are taken by either the Irish ones are taken by the Irish lads or the retained riders or stable jockeys for stables and all that. So there's, when you filter it all out, there's not actually as many to go around as you think in the bigger races, but you know, the handicaps and all that, they're usually quite busy, so we'll see how we go.
Do you think you'll have a ride in the Gold Cup this year?
I'm available.
The next morning, it's another beautiful spring day in the Cotswolds as I head to the luxury 5-star Ellenborough Hotel. Overlooking the racecourse, this imposing 15th century country estate is the place to stay during the festival. Frequented by famous actors, sportsmen, as well as prominent owners and trainers, front of house manager Russell GORTON is going to give me an insight into the VIP treatment they can expect.
Well, these are just some of the dishes then on offer during a festival morning. I could quite easily get used to this, glass of champagne, cup of coffee, looking over the day's race card. But I imagine, Russell, you're probably fairly fully booked during festival week.
Completely fully booked. As you can imagine, yes. We have guests who return to us every single year since we opened in 2011.
And booked for in a year advance, or?
Yes, we're booked from when the hotel opened. So when we opened in 2011, guests have been joining us ever since, regular guests.
So if you wanted to stay here during the festival week, then that's just no chance.
I'd probably say yes. It's always worth to give us a try though. Give us a try, and once you are in, then you're in.
So this house or this hotel was open in 2011. Before
Yes.
that, what's some of the history of the building?
Okay, so it dates back to 1485. It was most notably a private house by Edward Law, who was succinctly named the first Earl of Ellenborough by Queen Victoria. He was the Governor General in India.
It's an incredible view of the racecourse, and it really makes you realise how close you are.
Exactly.
Is there sort of small touches as well throughout the hotel? Is it very much a racing dominated hotel?
Exactly, yeah. So as you mentioned, we're part of the racecourse estate. So racing is in the hotel's blood. It's had a link for hundreds of years to horse racing here at Prestbury Park. So yeah, you'll find, in our borough, for example, we have a plaque with the Gold Cup winners each year. The guests predominantly love racing, especially during the racing festival. They are die-hard race fans, and you'll find photographs around paintings and things of horses. It's very horsey.
And the
yes.
suites are also named after Cheltenham winners?
They are, yes. We have the Cato Star Suite, the Arkle Suite, Istabrack as well.
Can you reveal some of the guests that are staying here? Are they a lot of owners? Do you have any trainers?
We do, yes. Owners, trainers, celebrities. I couldn't give you a name, of course.
I didn't think you would be able to give me some names. But fairly familiar faces do stay here during the festival week.
Racing guests would certainly recognise them, yes.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to have some breakfast and a glass of champagne.
Enjoy.
And I'm okay to book myself in for festival week?
Please. I look forward to seeing you there, yes.
Put you on the spot, thank you.
Thank you.
If you do manage to make it off the waiting list, then you can expect to pay in excess of £600 a night during the festival. One major advantage of staying there is the private track onto the racecourse. So after breakfast, wanting to complete my VIP experience, HR Owen picked me up in one of their chauffeur-driven Land Rovers. Avoiding the roads, we're off across the country and straight down onto what will be the massive helicopter park during the 4 days. From there, we enter the racecourse at the end of the home straight and on up to the grandstand.
That is amazing, and it's been, a little over 5 minutes and we're here already. Of course, the Ellenborough Hotel is one of hundreds of local businesses that profit from the racecourse. It's time now to head into Cheltenham Town Centre to see how they're preparing for the influx of visitors that are heading this way in a few weeks' time.
This edge of the Cotswolds spa town is hard to beat for its refined elegance and Regency terraces. It's known as the home of festivals, not just the racing one, but also annual celebrations of jazz, music, science and literature. With racing though on the horizon this year, shops across Gloucestershire are being encouraged to embrace the festival with a shop window competition. The organisers hope to see a host of bold and beautiful windows emblazoned with racing themes like this one in the newly opened John Lewis in Cheltenham.
It's a really massive thing for the community of Cheltenham to be a part of the races, and as John Lewis, we really wanted to come and be a part of that as well, keep that festival spirit alive throughout the shop, and we have a variety of different displays as well, really creating that, helping people create their favourite outfit, having all their makeup and beauty done, and we just really wanted to be a part of that and be a part of the community as well. There's been so many people stopping, it's been really lovely. The morning we put it in, we started about 7 o'clock, and already people were like, walking in, walking past, even that early, stopping and looking. And we finished off the back hall then as well, and people were like looking, and it was really, really exciting. There's been so many comments as well.
So John Lewis are ready, as are all the local businesses who profit so much from the annual invasion of racing fans.
Cheltenham Festival is an enormous influence for the town. It's almost like a second Christmas. We have real benefits, obviously, for the bars, hotels and restaurants, but across the county as a whole, there was some research done by the University of Gloucestershire which shows that it actually brings £100 million into the region's economy. You can't possibly measure that other than in a good way.
There's obviously a huge influx of visitors, and as you say, hotels, bars are full. What about the community that live here all year round? Do they embrace it as well?
Yeah, in the vast majority of cases they embrace it. It's seen as being so important to the town, and obviously so many of them live and work here. Some people, if I'm honest, do stay away from the town centre, and we actually work with the businesses in the town centre on a free parking scheme, so that when the racing's going on, locals can come into town after 1 o'clock and before the racing finishes and park for nothing in the town centre car parks. That means that actually the businesses are busier, so that scheme's worked very well. But as far as the nighttime economy goes, it's just one big party, and everybody embraces it and enjoys it, and locals love to be a part of it.
Come on then, give me 2 or 3 things that any visitor come to Cheltenham for the first time and away from the racecourse, what are things that people should sample in the town? I
think that the first thing is, if you've never been to Cheltenham before, is just the look of the place. You know, we are the complete Regency town, beautiful buildings. We've made enormous strides on the restaurant front as well. We are very much now a foodie town. There's some fantastic independent restaurants and some great national names as well. And I think probably the third thing is that we are a wonderful retail centre. Where we're standing now on the prom, there are some of the best brands, and we still have our House of Fraser. John Lewis is just opening. The big names are coming to Cheltenham rather than going away. It's a great place to shop.
Away from Cheltenham itself and on the outskirts of Bath, another popular Regency town, trainer Neil Mullholland is preparing his festival team at the beautiful Conkwell Grange stables.
So 3 weeks now till the festival. What's the mood like in the yard?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, it start-stop there in the last 10 days with the equine flu, but horses are fine, thankfully, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
That hasn't affected you too much?
No, the horses seem good. Thankfully, all our swabs come back negative, and yeah, so if anything, it's made us a little bit hungrier.
At this stage, obviously, there's plenty of races to run between now and the festival, but at this stage, how would you rate your team? Hopefully that could make it there.
Yeah, I suppose the possibility of maybe around 6 runners. It's Lacazette, Impulsive Star would be looking like the main chance. We have horses like the Young Master who won 2 very nice handicaps in the autumn. He's obviously a good ground horse, and I think we've got a lot of handicappers. There's not many nice young novices coming through this year.
The Druids' nephew has cleared the last safely. He's off up the run in now. He's 5 lengths clear. Grand Gesture is in second place. Pendra is wandering around. Gallant Oscar and Indian Castle are closing, but they will never get to the Druids' nephew, and Barry Geraghty have won.
Looking back on that victory, what are your strong memories from the day and having a winner at the festival?
Yeah, I laugh when you say that, because we ran him. What was the Hennessy at the time, and that was the last time we ran him over fences, and it was a long-term plan not to run him again until the Ultimate Chase, and I kind of had myself convinced, like, you know, that we didn't run him since the Hennessy. Next run was the Ultimate Chase, and it's not that easy. You keep going back and you try to win races, but thankfully that was a plan that came off very well.
It certainly did come off very well,
Yeah.
and as a winning trainer at the Olympics of the sport, there's some crazy footage of you going mad in the winner's enclosure, or did you keep it pretty cool?
I was out in the middle of the track with my father Brian watching the race. I watched most of the races out there, and obviously listen, I was jumping around there, but nobody had footage of it. Cheltenham is a place where, you know, the atmosphere is fantastic. It's where you want to be. To get the winner, it's fantastic, but when you get one you want two, and when you get two you want three. So it's just the way we are, it's competitiveness, and that's what keeps us going every day.
Impulsive Star, how does he compare at this point this year, heading to the festival, compared to 12 months ago?
Yeah, he had a bad preparation last year. He was running around Catterick, first time over fences, when he slipped at the back of the last fence down the back. He was never lame, but he was never right, and just struggled to get him right, and didn't have very good preparations. We probably rode him a little bit handier in the National Hunt Chase, where he finished 4th last year, than we would have ideally liked, but he's had a better year this year. He finished in 2nd first time out, and then obviously winning, you know, the Classic Chase. So for me, he's in a better place and a year older.
And an exciting prospect heading to the festival.
Yeah, and a very laid-back character too. You know, yeah, he's very laid-back, a good staying chaser, just what you want.
Joining Neil on the gallops are two members of the Cheltenham and South West Syndicate. Designed as an introduction into ownership, one of the 3 club horses, Caroline's Charm, is with Neil. However, with the syndicate being organised by the Jockey Club, membership includes far more than just ownership.
We both enjoy racing, and it seemed too good a deal to miss.
I think it's the membership because it's the 4 courses. You've got Cheltenham, Warwick, Exeter and Wincanton, where you're full members. So you've got the benefits of that, including all their reciprocal days, which give you lots of extra days racing, in a way no extra money. And we live in Dorset, so we've got Exeter and Wincanton really close to us. So that's and Cheltenham, obviously, are the courses we go to.
What does the syndicate give you at Cheltenham, particularly in terms of the festival?
I think the main thing is we have a marquee where we have facilities there for all the members to use, and that's really worth a lot of money. We've been going for 20
odd years, yeah, very much looking forward to it. I wouldn't miss it.
So that's it from the gorgeous Bath countryside, and that is it from this edition of This Racing Life. We're going to be taking a short break now as we focus on the festival, but we'll be back in April to bring you more of those stories behind racing. We'll see you then.